All right, so there are a few changes, very minor changes to the sheet that we had given you several weeks ago, and I'll point those out at the very beginning. You'll also notice that there's another sheet on here, and we'll talk about that very briefly. Under the required information, we had on there that your birth certificate was required. It is not required. If you're 18 years of age or older, you are required to have a photo ID. None of you fall under that category. Is that correct? Okay. So for the chaperones, we'll all have to have a photo ID. We've requested that you have one, though. How many of you have not secured a photo ID at this point? Just one. Okay. Do you still intend to do that if we can? All right. Time is short. You don't have to have it, but traveling such a long distance and being involved with all this, I think it'd be a good thing for us to do that. Okay. You see under the dates, departure from school, we're leaving on Monday, February 5th, and we're leaving after school at 3 o'clock. Traveling to Atlanta, Georgia, spending the night in a hotel. The lodging address is there. It's the Hilton Garden Inn, and we will be parking the bus there, shuttling Tuesday morning over to the airport, and flight information is provided on here as well. We will depart Atlanta at 10:25 and arrive in Los Angeles at 12:40. Okay? You'll notice on there the address for the college. You'll notice the return flight information. All of that is at the top. We'll talk about what to bring in just a moment. I want you to notice that there is an additional page here that has the bracket for the tournament. I'm sure your parents will be interested to see that, and you will be as well. And then on the very back is the tournament schedule. We'll talk about that very briefly in just a moment. So let's talk about sort of the nuts and bolts, how all this is going to work. I've made some notes here, and perhaps you'll want to write some of these things down on your paper there. And if not, Mom and Dad will get this information on the video. You've been provided with a checklist of things to bring. Let me go over a couple things not to bring. We're not going to wear slides or sandals on the trip at all, and it's just, they're not functional, I think, even for traveling, and of course it just looks better. So no slides or sandals. There's really no need to bring hats because, again, when we're on campus, you can't be wearing that hat. When we're off campus, we want to look uniform and look very put together, and so we'll remove the hats from the equation. Electronics, you'll see at the very bottom there, it says, phone, tablet, charger. I don't think anybody really needs to bring a laptop. There's really no need for it. If you bring a tablet, that's fine, but it's not really a necessity. A phone should be sufficient for your needs. There has been a question about how much money to bring, how much additional money to bring. Mr. Hickman and I spoke about this last night. I think $100 is plenty of money. Now, you can't buy a t-shirt everywhere you stop and a pair of shoes and all that, but if you consider the fact that you're paying for about 5 meals on your own, and we're not going to go to sit-down steakhouses, we're just going to grab, Wendy's or Taco Bell or something like that to keep the cost down. But when we leave here on Monday, you'll have to pay for your supper Monday night, continental breakfast on Tuesday morning. You'll pay for lunch and dinner on Tuesday, and then the following Saturday, when we were coming home, you'll pay for lunch and supper as well. So that's 5 meals. Now, you'll want some additional spending money. I budget $6 or $7 per meal. You can get plenty to eat at a fast food restaurant for that amount. So taking that into consideration, $100 should be plenty of money. So let's talk about this. You're going to need a pillow, a blanket, fitted standard size twin sheet. We put 2 towels on here, washcloth. You need, toiletries, of course. Mr. Hickman has some props that he's going to come show us in just a moment, and this will be very helpful to you, and it goes along with the handout that we have. 2 collared button-up dress shirts. If you look at the schedule of the tournament, you'll notice that on Wednesday, you're going to be going to a banquet right before you go to church. All right? So you have 2 events there. back to back. Then on Wednesday morning, you've got college chapel. So you may want to bring a second white or button-up collared shirt to wear with your suit / sport coat and slacks. 2 ties, again, just sort of mix it up a little bit. 1 or 2 suits or sport coats, dress pants. I'm going to show you in a moment how to pack that in a suitcase the best way so that you don't get there and it's all in a wad. 1 pair of dress shoes, dress and athletic socks, pajamas, undergarments. It says here 1 polo / casual collared shirt. One of those at least has to be, of course, your black tabernacle polo. If you want to bring an additional one, that's not a problem. 1 pair of khaki or similar pants, that's your school pants. 1 pair of casual shoes that are not tennis shoes or Converse. It's going to be like Sperry's or something that is in that category. Again, when we're walking around campus, you know, I know how it is. When I was your age, I just wanted, you know, didn't matter where I was, I thought sweatpants, a t-shirt, and slides is appropriate wear. And so we just want to look a little bit nicer than that. So a nice pair of shoes. Don't have to be polished dress shoes, though if you wanted to wear those, you know, your dress shoes with that, that would be okay. Bible, notebook, and pen. This is a requirement. Everybody must bring a Bible, notebook, and pen. We're going to have team devotions every day together, as we always do on our traveling trips. Plus, you'll be in church on Wednesday, and you'll have college chapel. So make sure that you have all that. Of course, both basketball uniforms, basketball shoes, socks, any other equipment for the games. Remember, even though this is an invitational tournament, you still have to abide by the High School Federation rules as far as matching for the arm sleeves, for the you know, the undershirts, for the compression pants, all of that, matching colors, and so that none of that will change. Toiletries, again, it's listed here. We'll talk about this in a little bit. All liquid items in carry-on should be 3 ounces or less. If it's not, then they'll make you throw it away. So there's no point in bringing it. When you go through TSA, if they see it, you got to throw it in the garbage can before you can get on the plane. So it's a waste. 3 ounces or less in a clear quart-sized Ziploc bag. We have an example of that in just a moment. Items in your checked bag may be larger. Here's a great idea. Even in your checked bag for hairspray, deodorant, shampoo, conditioner, put that in a Ziploc bag as well, because at 30,000 feet, they're probably going to explode or leak at least, you know. And so you don't want, Mr. Hickman said, you don't want conditioner on your clothes. You'll smell good, but, you know, it's uncomfortable. So it's a good idea to put that in a quart-size Ziploc bag as well. Any personal technology items, again, tablets and laptops, I don't think we need them. It's just extra, okay? Plus, there's the you know, possibility of leaving it there, damaging it. So bring your phone, bring a charger. Money for meals and snacks, we already talked about that. All bags, listen very carefully, all bags should have a luggage tag with the student's name, address, and contact information, okay? If you've traveled at all, bags get lost. It happens. It's happened to me multiple times. So you got to have all that information on there. What we're going to do on Monday evening is we're going to tag everyone's luggage with an orange, I think an orange or a pink or some bright colored ribbon. We're going to tie it on. That way when we get there and the bags are all coming around, we don't have to look, you know, we can just see, well, that's got our orange band or our pink band. We'll take it off of the belt, and that'll help move things right along. Okay? Any questions about anything at this point?